Sorry, please introduce yourself for our viewers.
そういうだから日本語で自己紹介自由にやってください。
はい、ゲームの本のコレクターの松原圭吾と申します。
And Joseph says that he'd be very surprised if we could name a book and we wouldn't be able to find it very quickly. Let's see, does he have the guidebook for Super Monkey Daiboken on the Famicom?
ね、写メこれですね。
Oh, it was.
That was about 6 seconds. That was unbelievably quick. And we didn't even plan it like that. That was
Yeah,
just
no preparation. Amazing.
fantastic. Because I believe
Just standing in front of it.
it must have been fate. Because I'll be interviewing the author of this, Mr. Hidenori Shibao. He made the Lennis RPG. We're commencing with a video tour here. Joseph will be our interpreting.
These two rooms are full of game books. It's dedicated only to game books.
Guidebooks, fiction books as well, or just guidebooks?
It's almost official guidebooks.
Almost all official guidebooks. Can I just let's randomly have a look at this one.
Yokaido Chuki.
And how long did it take him to collect everything that he owns? How long has he been collecting for, in fact?
When he was in high school, so it's almost
20年近くですね。
it took him 15 years to. So typical Japanese house.
A magazine dedicated exclusively to erotic video games.
With bonus CDs.
With bonus CDs. I would say this is probably the biggest collection in Japan then of books and magazines.
Not the biggest collection of books, I think so. But magazines. For example, myself, I also have like 3,500 magazines.
Wow.
But only PC.
Only
magazines.
PC-themed magazines.
And I think that Matsubara-san has consumer magazines. So
you mean home consoles?
We have a different collection. But I have almost no books. So yes.
So what are these rather large books here?
This is called the Daigirin and Kogien, which are very famous books about how do you say tips and tricks?
Tips?
Yes, in games.
Oh, so does each single book contain a variety of tips in it?
It's tips for all systems at this time.
Oh, all systems at the time.
Yes.
Any pictures, or is it mainly?
No, only text.
Oh, quite a text-heavy
Yes.
book then.
And the last edition was given with a CD, digital database. This was the last edition, and there is an online edition now, so no more paper.
Oh, sorry. Please carry on with the.
So the most difficult is to know what exists. So he spent not only time to buy the books, but also to compile a huge database of books. So he knows precisely exactly how many books were released and what's still missing today.
Anyway, for the first time, I've just discovered Phantasy Star, and the thing that occurs to me is that Japanese guidebooks. Sorry, could you just briefly flick through it? Are so beautifully designed, full color, really, really detailed. I mean, books like these, I don't think were even really sold in England, for example, and you had to buy a magazine to get the tips, and the magazines, were cheaply printed. They weren't as nicely detailed as this. This is almost as wonderful as owning the game itself. It's a beautiful item to have, nicely bound, artwork, nicely designed.
But also game book market was a really huge market. CD Corner.
Oh, right.
So
Wow.
he has. I didn't mention, and he didn't mention too, but he has a huge collection of
Wow.
game
Yeah.
soundtracks.
How many CDs would you say he has?
CD は何枚ですか？
6000枚は超えてたんですけ
わ
ど、
あ
ただ
Six-
販売してた CD と、あとこういうやつですね、ゲームのおまけだった CD を
So
どう分けるかで。
yes, this is like omake, so something you get when you buy the game. So if you include everything, like omake and this kind of extra stuff and regular CDs, it's like 6,000.
6,000 music CDs. And has he listened to every music CD?
Sure. And there is also a database for everything.
Given how many books he has, do people, let's say, who require a piece of information but they can't find a rare book, do they ask him to provide scans or to lend them the magazine? I mean, is he available as someone
I think he is, but he's not so famous yet.
Oh, he will be after the DVD.
I hope so. As he's a member of the Game Preservation Society, I think he's okay to make his collection available if people are looking for some piece of information.
Because this is such an amazing reference library. I'm sure, like, my impression is that he could set up some kind of library and people would...
We'd like to together. I don't know the name in English. It's books where you are the hero of the adventure and you have choices.
Oh, like turn to page, this page or that page.
Yes, how do you call that kind of book? Adventure book?
Yeah, choose your own adventure books.
Yes. So this is not translations. It's only for the Japanese market.
Does he have a... Because I believe there is a Metal Gear adventure book. Because I remember quite a while ago, it was on... there was one on, I think, eBay or Yahoo Auctions.
Yes.
And people wanted to buy it because it was quite rare. So
Sure.
Personally, I'm very curious to... let's just turn the lighting down. Turn it off for a second.
What does it say that you are
5 minutes, one... Oh, how long
of
is...
memory? No?
No. I've got 24 minutes on this shot left. There, yeah, this is the one. This is the one we saw on the internet auction.
And it's with the obi?
No, there was no obi on the internet
Yes,
auction.
this one has the obi. What American people call spine.
Oh yeah,
card.
spine card. Could you flip through it? This is this could be a world first. I don't recall ever seeing. Oh, look at profiles of the main characters. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so like for example, So could you try? Oh yeah, it's asking you which of these two decisions you'd make.
What do you want to do? Go east or go west? And
So go east, turn to page 23. Go west, turn to
Yes.
page 6.
Oh, it's not page. It's chapter.
Oh,
actually,
chapter,
Yes.
chapter.
So
I wonder if anybody would have the patience or the time to fan translate it.
wow.
Yeah.
Maybe
Let's get a shot of that. That
if
all
it's
work?
preserved, maybe in 50 years.
Because I'm just thinking this could be. Imagine if somebody updated something like. Imagine if Konami, for example, translated this and updated it. I mean, this would be quite a collector's piece. I'm sure fans, Metal Gear fans, would love to.
Sure.
That's great. Thank you. Arigato gozaimasu.
Told me that when he found it, it was the first time he could see it himself. So he was amazed to.
Oh, to discover the Metal Gear book.
Yes.
It was the same, like when we stumbled across it on Yahoo Auctions, we thought, oh, it must be just a guidebook. And then someone was like, actually, no, it's an adventure book. And people were like,
Yes.
wow, you know, they didn't even know about it. Sorry, please continue with the tour.
This is the first room you entered. But I think you didn't.
I didn't film it.
Yes.
Wow. Does he do anything in particular to keep them preserved? For example, with dehumidifiers or?
I think because it's typical Japanese house. This is quite difficult. It's cold in winter, it's hot in summer. So this is not really a good place to keep books, but he hopes, well, we hope that it's a temporary situation.
I mean, it would be tragic if the value contained within everything he's collected here were to slowly be consumed by the weather.
So the value is not only the collection, right? It's a terrific collection, but the value is also the information within books.
Exactly, and if these are books which are rare to get hold of, you never know when you'd be able to get hold of them again. What would he say is the rarest or most valuable or most treasured of his collection?
The one?
Yes, the one.
Several.
Or several, or two or three.
Yeah, we agree that this is the most, not the rarest book, but the most important. I think you saw it also at the Preservation Society in the entrance. It's a book about game history. It's pretty old, actually. It was written in 88 maybe, and also it was written in the 80s. It's really huge contents about all the games released before this date, not only in Japan but also United States and in England.
Wow, the paging is interesting.
Yes, it's interesting. So you have information about companies on the top. You have information about people in the middle, and then information about games here.
Wow. And what is the name of this book?
This is, can you read it?
Terebi Game? I'm not sure what the kanji in the at the top center there is.
これなんと読みますか?
電子遊戯大全
Yes, so Denshi, I'm not sure about the translation, but when you this is old writing. 電子遊戯、これビデオゲームですよね。簡単に言うと。Yeah, so 電子遊戯 is a Japanese name. No one use it anymore, but this is Japanese name to say video games simply. So and we had also the word for video games, which was simply telebi game. Now we say just game. In Japan.
Let's have a look through this a little bit more. I mean, sure. I'll probably never have the opportunity to.
Well, it's quite an expensive book now if you want to buy it. But still you can find it.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
It is available if you look hard enough.
Yes.
It's a shame nothing quite like this exists in English.
It's like really a database.
Sorry, who are those two people there?
Oh, it's Ken and Roberta Williams.
Oh wow, there's now you know that this book is comprehensive.
So we all agree that today we need that kind of book, but not for 10 years of history, but for the last 40 years.
Exactly.
So this is not a rare piece, but very important, and maybe the best example of what should be done about game history.
Historically valuable.
Yes, because it's covering almost everything from arcade to consumers and also, of course, PC games. This is the very first game book in Japan, released in Japan, about Space Invader.
For invaders. So many people who I've spoken to, I often ask, what's the first game you played? And they often say Invader. Almost, I'd say, maybe 8 out of 10.
So this is the very first game book released in Japan.
あとは何かありますかいわく付きのものといえばいろいろあるんですけど、どうでしょう100円の
Oh wow, a little 100 yen with maps and stuff.
One dollar game book.
Fantastic. Oh, and it folds out. Awesome.
So even
Oh, that's amazing!
Even
Look,
kids
it's got maps.
who had money to buy candies, they could buy it.
Well, that's the way to guarantee a lot of sales. Is make it affordable.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know this one.
Well, this is beautiful, actually.
Yes.
This has got the entire layout.
Yes.
I remember I once wrote an article on Mario Brothers for the Game Boy, and I had the designer lay the entire first stage out along the bottom. But I love looking through old magazines, and when they would take photographs of each of the television screens and then paste them together into these giant maps. If you're a fan of the Mother or Earthbound series, this segment is for you.
なんか攻略本にしかないコンテンツ、なんかインタビューとか
それは
ってあり
ね、
ますか？
多分これがそうなんじゃないか。副読本。これは糸井さんエイプが作った。これが特殊な本ですね。
So, but usually all books are sharing almost the same information, just a different layout, except for this one, which is an encyclopedia. So there is a lot of original information.
Oh, right. Wonderful. Nice photography as well
Yes.
in there. Is there anything further rooms to explore?
Yes, there is another room this way.
To
On
the
the left and then on your right. But there is stuff almost
wow.
everywhere. So there is that impressive pile of posters here.
Just posters.
Yes.
Oh, and Super Famicom games. Oh, Gambare Goemon. And East. I love the little boxes the Japanese Game Boy games come in.
Super Famicom games and magazines like Computec.
So what's the year of this? 1998, July.
Mixed with games. Here it's Magical Chess for PC Engine. 2 versions.
And what are the difference? Just reprints or?
Yes, reprint but by a different company because the original one was not widely available, but the company Palsoft went bankrupt, and then another company reprinted.
Okay. And lots of Sega Mark III games as well. So what are some of his favorite games?
It's kind of simulation game, but not only. 何かアドベンチャーみたいなところもありますか？
あります。
何桜大戦みたいなやつ？
Oh, the Horde.
Yeah, it looks
Tower
like
defense.
yes, it's like a kind of tower defense game. So you're building a dungeon, and like SimCity, and then enemies are coming to the dungeon. So you have to protect it.
And it's called Cow Seed.
Chaos.